हाय वेलकम टू दिस एडिशन। और यहाँ पे हम बहुत ही एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ डिस्कस करेंगे कि many a times I have written in my profile that I am an investor as well as I am a trader. So it might be very confusing for a lot of people, because in the market either you are a investor, long term, short term, medium term, or you are a trader who takes some positions based on the trend, based on the momentum. But I am always a mix between these two. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि जितनी भी दिस इज़ फ्रॉम वन ऑफ माई अकाउंट्स, एंड द होल पर्पस ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो इज़ टू लेट यू अंडरस्टैंड माई trading strategy which actually leads to investing, right? Going forward, normally I don't share my account statements, और ये एक account थी मेरी. So here the thing which I wanted to showcase is the State Bank of India, and you can see that I have sold nearly 1,000 quantities at the rate of 483.64, क्योंकि मुझे मेरे पास स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया की कुछ फ्यू लॉट्स थी, जिसको मैं इवेंचुअली व्हेन इट वाज अराउंड ओवर एट 470 लेवल्स से मैं बेच के, और फिर व्हेन इट केम टुवर्ड्स बिलो 455, so then you can see then I started buying few of them. And as I was buying, I always made sure that मेरे जो 1,000 quantities रह जाती हैं, because the lot size of State Bank of India is 1,500. So what I did over here is, this is how I hedge myself, and this video मैं अपनी hedging technique बताऊंगा, which is also going to help you to become an investor, because अगर आप सिर्फ options या futures में trade करते हो, you have to remember you are missing out the underlying up move. Going forward, मेरी strategy, see right now I have 30 years till my retirement. So मेरी जो strategy है, that's actually pretty simple. As and when the market gives me opportunity, I always create my positions in cash. And here also you can see I bought a Bajaj Finance in cash. I bought a LTTS in cash. It was very at a day's high. So from there it corrected, and then I am just waiting, just like for example in Bajaj Finance. So ये screenshot जब लिया गया था, then the market was did not tank, maybe ये तब 1231 130 ऐसे होगा. So this is not towards the closing. And similarly you can see that even Chola Fin, which I'm very bullish, is I also have made a lot of positions in delivery with this on an average of 6 or 4 levels, brokerage मिला के 6 or 5 levels, say for example, right? 6 or 5 से ज़्यादा ही होगा. और and HAL, you can see I had sold all my delivery positions which I had at 1474, and then which I also tweeted about, 1480 was a strong resistance, so I started selling, and on the average price which I got is 1474. So going forward, how is that I am not a trader, and how is this I am an investor? So मेरी जो strategy है वो बहुत simple है. Going forward by the logic of how the options were behaving on at 450p for State Bank of India, it made a day's low at 4.95 or 5, and तब State Bank of India was above, was near 470 से ऊपर थी, 471 के करीब थी, and from there it corrected till 454 levels. You can see वो फिर बाद में बहुत multiple times 450 levels पे भी गई. So you can see that the option, this was actually not behaving or not moving as it should have been. जब स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया जब जस्ट 4 points away from 450 है, it was always trying to go towards 10, and then it corrected, which actually showcases that the market is still thinking that the State Bank of India will not go below 440. Well, this is true at least till today. Things can change. So this is 19th 18th of September. इस weekend में at least State Bank of India इस तरह से behave कर रही है. Now you see what I did was I sold my 1,000 shares, and I gave it away to the market. And what I did instead was I sold 1,500 shares. Rather, I bought 1,500 shares at the rate of 450 minus 6.15, and that's nearly about 444. So मैंने आज, as of today, I have bought shares at 444 levels. Now the only difference between a normal options trader and between me and why I'm an investor is यहाँ से जो मैं पैसा फ्री किया, गोइंग फॉरवर्ड देयर आर टू थिंग्स विच कैन हैपन. ये 450 लेवल्स में ही एक्सपायर करें, देन आई एम गोइंग टू गेट होल्ड ऑफ दिस. Or going forward, it can happen that it dips, right? It goes towards 440 and it expires below 450. So वहाँ पे मैं क्या करूँगा? I will be very much happy to take the delivery. So यहाँ पे मैं जो 1500 में खरीदा हूँ, so here my buying price is 444. And going forward, ये अगर 400 तक भी चली गई, right? So here there are two strategies which I employ, and I'm going to just talk about one, and maybe in the next video we will see how I actually make the adjustments. लेकिन यहाँ पे going forward, I am always in the position, और मेरी जो motive है is to buy equivalent number of shares and keep it in my profile and in my portfolio. And the reason is, this is what is trading, right? But at the end of the day, you can see मैं जितने shares में market को दिया, जितना मैं cash मेरे से मैं market को दिया, मैं उतना ही equivalent shares फिर market से उठा भी रहा हूँ at a much lower price. From the way 450 looks and the way 450 behaved, I think market में यहाँ पे शायद अगर ये इसी लेवल्स पे बिटवीन 450 एंड 460 अगर ये कंसोलिडेट करने लगी, सो विद द टाइम डिके दिस विल और दिस शुड देन थियोरेटिकली बी ट्रेडिंग एट 2 or 3 rupees बाय द नेक्स्ट वीक, राइट? और अभी अगर इवन इफ इट एक्सपायर्स एट 448 एंड 450 levels, then also I will get this whole 9,000 rupees just without having any share. Of course, अगर फिर market बहुत उठ if it starts rising, then of course I would be taking part in the momentum. But as of today, my positions are hedged, because even if it goes towards 400, say for example, I would be losing quite 2 lakhs of rupees on this one. But the thing is, then I would be also be buying 2 lakhs, because यहाँ पे जो 50 रुपए, then if it gets at 400, then this should be trading at 50 rupees. And I have sold it at 6 rupees, so near about 44 rupees. मेरा जो loss होगा, that will easily be compensated if I buy equivalent number of shares in my portfolio, right? And वो जो shares जो buy होगा, that will have a buying price of 444. Which is good. And maybe going forward, मैं जैसे बोला, this is my one strategy, but it's more of the second strategy which I do employ, and make sure that if State Bank of India is trading at 400, say for example in the next Monday, how am I going to hedge in cash? And I am not going to do anything with this particular option, and I'm also not going to do anything with selling more calls and other things, because I think आपको मेरा जो hedging का plan है, so first of all, if you are in FNO, you should always be hedged. You never know which way the market will tend, right? And this is the reason there are multiple trading options. And the reason people employ that is just to they don't want to invest lump sum of 7 to 10 lakhs in one particular script, because I understand there can be a limitation in terms of money, but for me, what's more important is, at the end of the day, I as an investor, I want to have few lots of all the big companies, and I always try to employ strategies like this, because here you can see I am relinquishing my stocks, but I am also buying at the same time, and I want to make sure that I always end up with the same number of shares at the end of the day or at the end of the month on expiry, so that going forward I can employ my next trading strategy. So I hope, अगर आपको ऑप्शंस किस तरह से बिहेव करती हैं और ऑप्शंस का मतलब क्या है, अगर आपको ये इफ़ यू नो द बेसिक्स एंड इफ़ यू नो इट वेल, so then I think you would be able to understand why I am a trader and why also I am an investor at the same time. So just for ending statement, so here you can see that I have sold one MFSL, and this was actually a fat finger. I wanted to sell one, so this was जब भी कोई opening होती है, उसमें मैं हमेशा अपने एक शेयर बेच देता हूँ, so that it stays in my radar, and then I can track it for the day and try to understand which way the direction the market is moving, so that if something very good move comes in, just like you can see State Bank of India, the reason it's 999 because I had bought it at 454 one share. जस्ट टू कीप, बिकॉज आई गेट नोटिफिकेशन, तब मुझे पता चलता है अच्छा अभी इस तरह से बिहेव कर रही है. सो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड आई होप दिस स्ट्रैटेजी इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एंड द थिंग इज यू शुड ऑलवेज मेक श्योर दैट you don't enter, just like I have few lots of State Bank of India which I booked few because I never knew, you never know कि आज जैसे 470 तक गया, it could have gone towards 490 500 levels, right, which seems like a good sort of target. So obviously I didn't spill out everything. I booked, I started I was starting selling. I started selling State Bank of India as I thought, okay, this can dip towards below 460. So I started selling more, and then eventually I was also smart enough to buy them back. Going forward, we never know whether State Bank of India 400 पे ले जाएगी या 500 पे ले जाएगी. This is up to the market. But from my trading strategy, as you can see, I am already hedged, and the reason is though I have relinquished my shares at this particular trade, in this trade I have also bought back the shares at the level of 444, which is yet to come. State Bank of India made a low of 450 point something, and 444 is not there. जब ये 444 लेवल्स पे आएगी, then of course this particular share would be this particular put option would be trading at much higher level, 1214. There are two ways in which you can actually have this carry forward, in the sense उस समय पे मेरे पास एक क्वेश्चन आती है कि is this a temporary dip or is this a permanent break of the structure. You have to understand State Bank of India gave a very good run in the last 2-3 sessions. So of course there will be profit booking, and you as a person have to always make sure that you are in the trend. अगर आप, if you are just waiting for the right dip to come in, and if you are just waiting for some big crash, then believe me, most of the time you would be missing out the actual big bull run. And अगर आपको कोई entry की scope मिलेगी, that would be when the market is going to crash more, right? Always make sure you have some positions, be hedged, have some money free, so that as and when positions come in. So here you can see I have relinquished 1000 shares, right? So I can buy this, I can use this same principal amount, and I can buy shares at any particular level, right? It is not stopping me. On the top of that, since I already have my State Bank of India shares pledged, so of course from a margin perspective this is already taken care of, because I have few lots and this is just a single lot which I've sold. So going forward, I think this actually answers what my trading and investing strategy is. So to end it all, the few points which I want to mention is, first of all, you should always be hedged, and there is no other way forward. You never know which direction the market will swing. The second thing is, you have to be in the trade in order to get the advantage out of the market. अगर आप पैसा नहीं लगाओगे, so and this is exactly the reason, this particular beauty which I created, this is exactly the reason why I never trade in cash, because they don't have an option leg or a future leg for me to give me this particular leverage जिससे मैं मार्केट से पैसा कमा सकूं. Because here you can see I took some trade, and I actually tweeted about it, and this trade was just closed automatically when my trailing stop loss was hit. So there is nothing to worry, but in general, and this is exactly the reason why I always make sure that whenever I am buying a stock, say for example this was a 7546 I bought, it dipped towards 7510, and then when it was trying to recover, this was exactly when I added. Of course it ended much lower, but now the advantage is Bajaj Finance has a lot size of 125, and the 7500 is trading around about at 200. right? So if I actually pledge this particular share, then I can easily go ahead and sell 7500 call, 7600 call, 7700 call as and when the market gives me an opportunity on Monday, and then I would be totally in the hedge positions, क्योंकि यहाँ पे मैं जो भी बनाया हूँ at least till this expiry, you can see that अगर मैं 200 में बेच रहा हूँ and if it goes to zero, then theoretically I am making 20,000 just because I have this particular share, right? And now many a times the problem which people actually make is they always hedge. First of all, the problem which I have always seen is they don't hedge, they just buy options. This is the worst you can do to your portfolio, and more worse than that is second option, which I see that people are sell, and there are a lot of big traders out there who actually train people with huge amount of money, and they claim they are option sellers. And I remember there was some very interesting tweets and videos posted just before one of our big IT companies result, and then they actually shit in their pants just because the market. So basically you have to understand, from me it's more important, अगर एक share बढ़ रही है, I want to be in that trade. अगर एक share गिर रही है, I want to be in that trade, right? I don't want to be in a wrong position and try to firefight and everything. And the best way to do is plain and simple, अच्छा अपना technicals use करो. See, Bajaj Finance, it went towards below 7400. It really doesn't matter, क्योंकि it was just a dip, right? अगर ये 7400 के नीचे अगर closing देती भी, so what I would have done, I would be sitting in a loss? No, then I would be going ahead and selling 7500 call, because I already have my positions hedged in cash. और अगर ये 500 7600 में जाके अगर एक्सपायर कर रही है, तो मेरा जो 7500 का कॉल है, आई वुड बी मेकिंग प्रॉफिट. और अगर यहाँ पे भी अगर मैं उसको सेल कर दिया, सो आई वुड बी मेकिंग प्रॉफिट, राइट? सो this is my strategy. I always buy in cash, and hence I'm an investor, but I again hedge myself every expiry with positions in options, and in this way I actually make sure that I am always in the right trade, and going forward I will. So even if Bajaj Finance dips towards 7,000, say for example, so I would be losing out what 54,000 55,000 rupees, right? But that doesn't matter, because अगर मुझे कोई भी weakness दिखी बजाज फाइनेंस में, then I would be going ahead and selling 7500 7600 जो भी call है, which actually looks juicy to me. I would just go ahead and sell it, and then I would just sit, क्योंकि तब automatically what will happen is, if I'm selling at 200 250, you can understand, then मेरी जो buying price है, that actually comes towards यहाँ से 250 गई तो 70 200 7300, right? And then going forward, फिर बजाज फाइनेंस अगर कभी रिकवर की, then again I would be selling in profit, just like I sold this, and then again I would create an hedge position like this, where I would be selling a put, maybe 7,000 put of Bajaj Finance, and be ready with the cash कि अगर वो put मेरे against गई, just like here State Bank of India अगर ये मेरे against गई, then I would be again buying equivalent number in cash. In this way I'm always in cash, and this way all my investments are in cash, and they are all pledged, और मैं उसको pledge करके उसमें जो margin मिलती है उसको मैं options में position लेता हूँ, equivalent number of lots लेके, and this is the way forward. Because going forward बहुत सारे advantages होते हैं, just like dividends, say for example, which are given on cash, and though there is a few companies जिसकी dividend अगर 10% की ज़्यादा हो, then they also get reflected in the options and futures, but I really don't go into those complications. मेरे लिए सबसे simple, and the reason I have a very peaceful night's sleep is because I am always in cash, and all my positions in cash are hedged in options, just like Cholafin ended at 606 levels. अगर ये 600 के नीचे closing देती, I would have sold 600 या 620 call, because this would be I am pretty sure the lot size would be not more than 1200. I have already 1500 plus positions in delivery in cash, so it's absolutely not a problem for me to take this delivery and hedge it with options. Similarly is true for LTTS. LTTS का maybe it's more going to be 200, but I think IT is still going to give a good return, and you should be in the trade, and you should be and the reason for making this position in LTTS at 4603 is pretty simple. I have few other holdings in my cash, and I'm just trying to build my portfolio in these companies, because going forward, of course, LTTS आज चल रही है, एक वीक चलेगी, एक मंथ चलेगी, लेकिन एक साल तक तो ये ऊपर नहीं जाएगी. होपफुली नॉट, मैंने होपफुली let it go. I would be the happiest person, but the day I feel like no, okay, it's actually the structure has broken, then I will use all of these holdings and I will start playing just like I started playing like in State Bank of India. And then it would be a simple thing, because I already have all these positions made in cash, so I will pledge them, and once I pledge them I get the margin, and with that margin I will keep on selling the necessary call or put, whatever I think. And this way, going forward in the next 30 years, by the time I retire, 35, 34 actually is what I have till my retirement, and then by that time I would be having n number of lots for all the good big companies in FNO, and my whole strategy would be to get up in the morning of the first day of the expiry, create all of these positions, and then again come back at the towards the end of the expiry and see which of them are expiring at 0. And in this way I plan to enjoy my days in the retirement. So right now what are my main focus is to buy stocks, equivalent number of stocks, keep it in the portfolio, and then try to churn it. As you can see, State Bank of India, अगर अच्छी move दिखाती after the dip, if it was able to recover quickly and everything, I would have bought everything, and you would have seen something like this in Tata Power. You can see I made a very small bet and I made a profit. I didn't want to lose out my positions, which I have already created in Tata Power at 130 and below levels. So of course and this is the reason I don't want to so ये जो होती है, ये एक डेली चाय नाश्ता पानी का पैसा होता है जो मेरे पास पोजीशंस है, मैं बेचता हूँ, कुछ भी गिरे मैं खरीद लेता हूँ. इफ़ देयर वाज नॉट स्ट्रक्चरल डैमेज इन, अगर स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया 465 460 लेवल्स को अगर मेंटेन कर पाती, यू वुडंट हैव सीन दिस. सिंस इट वाज नॉट एबल टू होल्ड दैट, हेंस यू आर सेइंग आई एम सेलिंग एंड आई एम गोइंग टू बाई मोर एज एंड व्हेन इट डिप्स. And hopefully this video is going to give you the idea of how I am hedging myself and why I claim that I am an investor as well as a trader. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope this video is going to help you in understanding my trading strategy, and maybe because this strategy is something which I have not seen anyone employ. Of course this is not a very good from a point of return of investment and all this stupid crap. I don't care if I have n crores, or if I have 1 rupee, and at the end of the day if I'm making 1 paisa or 10 paisa, that paisa is mine, because trading is my secondary passion and it's not my first job which I have. मेरा main concept trading का यही है कि if the market is giving you options, if the market is giving you a scope to make money, go ahead, make money, leave it. So there is nothing आपको you don't have to be 100% of the time in the market. And going forward, this is the reason I really don't care much about how the stock moves in a small term. And this is also why many a times people tweet ask me, and believe me, I really want to help you, lekin market is unpredictable. And if I knew that particular companies, say Zeal, agar मैं जानता कि वो 300 जाएगी, then I would have invested all of these money in Zeal for example. और अगर मैं जानता कि Idea, तो मैं ये पूरा पैसा यहाँ पे क्यों स्प्रेड करता, मैं Idea में देता. If I was, so you can never be sure of the market, but my thing is, you can see I always stay with good reputed companies. Just like hell, you can see I tweeted, and then there was a dip and it closed near 1430 levels. So no matter what, I am here. The reason is I had 2 lots of hell. So basically I thought, okay, this is good. I think I would be now more interested. Just like you can see, I have a few lots in Kotak Bank, but there was not a trade in Kotak Bank. The reason is जो चल रही है उसको चलने दो. The problem is, whenever कुछ रुकावट आती है और आपको लगता है कि नहीं, नाउ इट द पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक नीड्स सम इन्वेस्टिगेशन बिकॉज द स्टॉक हैज सॉर्ट ऑफ करेक्टेड मोर देन इट शुड हैव बीन, जस्ट लाइक स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. सो देन वी विल थिंक इफ यू हैव सम पोजीशन, और नो मे बी इस अकाउंट में मेरा कोटक बैंक है भी नहीं. ओके, या सो बट नो मैटर वॉट, इन माई अदर अकाउंट्स आई हैव कोटक बैंक वेयर आई हैव नॉट ट्रेडेड, आई हैव नॉट बॉट एनीथिंग, आई हैव नॉट सोल्ड एनीथिंग. मेरे पास जो होल्डिंग है वो कैश में है, एंड दैट इज एक्चुअली गिविंग मी अ रिटर्न एट द एंड ऑफ द डे. And this is also true for Indigo. मैंने Indigo के बारे में भी ट्वीट किया था. So these are few of the trading strategies which I employ. Just like Reliance, you can see this was, I always just for ending comment, I always sell a few of the companies जिसको मैं track करना चाहता हूँ at interesting levels 1118, क्योंकि मैं जानता था ये 1120 के ऊपर शायद थर या maybe it was not wouldn't be able, so मैं इसको एक सेल कर दिया, and then at the end of the day I again buy it back, क्योंकि जितना भी मूवमेंट होगा मैक्सिमम जो होगा 100 रुपीज़. So I'm ready to pay that 100 rupees to the market just to have a tracker so that I can track कि कौन सी प्राइस किस में जा रही है. And this is also true for Reliance. So basically 2446 was the opening price, and which I also tweeted जब 9-8 को जब प्री ओपन सेशन एंड हुआ, बिकॉज आई ऑलवेज वॉज एक्सपेक्टिंग दिस टूवर्ड्स 2450. ऑफ कोर्स टूवर्ड्स क्लोजिंग देयर वर दीज कुछ एक डिप आई, एंड दीज आर ऑल स्मॉल थिंग्स विच are all temporary. Going forward, I'm still very bullish, and I will be posting my video on my FNO stock analysis, but hope you understood what I mean by stating that I am an investor as well as a trader. Thanks a lot for listening. Enjoy your weekend, and I think I am the only one in the market who actually employs this sort of strategy, and also I think you understood why I employ this strategy and why this is sustainable in the long go. Going forward, I think I will, so here I just discussed one strategy जहाँ पे ये कल अगर स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया 400 में खोलेगी तो then I would be closing this position in loss, and I would be buying equivalent number of 1500 at higher rate, because you also have to understand why 1500 and 1000. The reason is अगर ये नीचे जाती है तो the more it falls, यहाँ से मुझे जो 1000 में जो पैसा मिल रहा है, so this will actually get accommodated. So maybe you understand what I mean by that. So thanks for listening, and hope this strategy would be something new which I really don't think anyone employs. At the end of the day, you need peace of mind, and you also need to make sure that whatever losses you made, you should be able to recover it, and then only you would be able to sustain in the market. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.